Hello everybody. For those that do not know me, my name is Anthony. I have been blessed with lots of experience and wisdom over the years, and I'd love to be able to share some of that with you all. Not just the fact that we are in some very challenging times and there's so much going on throughout the world, but just for the very fact of just being able to share this stuff with anyone who feels like they may be able to benefit from it. So to begin this video, I'm going to do just a quick little meditation. Basically just to help us ground and be in the present moment, to feel relaxed so that we can take in this information and that I can share it in the best way possible. So I'm just going to just sit here. And if you're sitting in a chair, you just do your best to get as comfortable as possible. And we're just going to relax for a few moments. Just allow the breath to kind of be. And we're just going to take it in for a few. Okay, just a little short, just a little bit of quiet and stillness just before we get into this video and its content, because there's just always a lot of chaos and energy and action going on. So very important to bring a little stillness into our life. So this video is going to be the first of potentially various videos of sharing spiritual, metaphysical, magical wisdom that has been shared with me over the years. In today's video, I would like to focus on heart center and heart-centered awareness. So the first part, we're going to focus on what is the heart center. Well, most people are quite familiar. They're pretty sure they have a heart somewhere in this suit, this body. But not many people know about the heart center. And not many people know about the heart chakra. So the heart chakra, the heart center, also known as Anahata chakra, is basically the center of our energy, our spiritual, our subtle body. Whereas the belly button is kind of the center of the physical body, is right in the middle, close to it. The heart center, which is here in the middle of our chest, is considered the midpoint, the balancing focal point for our energy body. So we have the three main energy centers that more deal with the physical dimension below. And then we have the three main ones that more deal with the ethereal, the spiritual, and the subtle above. And so here in the middle lies the heart center. Now the heart center is a very powerful point. Each energy center in the body is very powerful. But today we're going to be mainly focusing on the heart center and why it is so important, why it is so powerful. So this is our center of love, compassion, understanding, acceptance, non-judgment. All of these things and all other words that most of us connect with the word of love, the concept of love, all these things are brought to life here in the heart center. They're not just concepts anymore here. They're not us thinking about it or us feeling it. These are other energy centers at work. The heart center is where it really exists. It is our focal point of love, divine love, unconditional love, whatever we wish to call it, whatever makes sense to us or helps us to understand it. But it really is one of our deepest states of being. is the heart center of love. This is how we get in touch with our true divine self. Not focusing on survival or all these other things, thinking and feeling, all these things associated with reality and the individual. But this heart center gets us really back to our divine nature. This helps us to really connect with our deepest self, as well as all other life, all other existence and non-existence. So the heart center is a very powerful point. So now that we have a little background info on what is the heart center and where it's located, we can also talk about heart-centered awareness and practicing this. And it's a very simple act. Many consider it to be a form of meditation, a very simple form of meditation that can be performed all throughout the day, no matter how tired you are, how energetic you are, no matter if you're working or you're resting, if you're eating, whatever you're doing. If your energy is focused on survival or creation or expression, like I am now, or just thinking, processing, analyzing, whatever else you're focused on, we can also bring part of that awareness, part of that conscious energy into the heart center. And by doing this, by bringing that conscious awareness into the heart center, it does have a very powerful effect. What it does is it begins to filter all information, all energy through this powerful love center. So if we're feeling very fear-based, we're stuck in a survival mode, fight or flight mode, by reminding ourselves to bring that energy, that awareness into the heart center, it can completely alter that experience. This is a very powerful form of self-therapy, self-help that can greatly assist you in changing your perspective. It alters the perception immensely just by bringing the energy, the awareness, back into this center. It makes it so we are not too stuck in the ego, we're not too stuck in the ether, we are right in the middle, and love is just completely surrounding us and permeating us all within and without. So it just filters all information. If we see something that we do not like or that is disturbing or whatever, triggering, we bring that conscious awareness into the heart center rather than just letting it attack us, hurt us, whatever it's going to do to us. We bring it to the heart center and it allows us to step back from that experience, to step back from that reaction. It doesn't make it go away necessarily. It's not us ignoring it, trying to distract ourselves. It's really the complete opposite of that. It's really getting in touch with our true nature and being able to observe what is happening rather than just react to it. So it's a completely different way to experience life. The more habitual it becomes, the more natural you allow the conscious awareness to come to the heart center, it is going to either gradually or very rapidly change your life in certain ways. Some people are going to notice it quicker than others. Some people are going to notice it more powerfully than others. You know, you may feel it when you bring that awareness here. You may not. There's no like right or wrong way to do it. There's no right or wrong way to experience it. It's just a matter of allowing yourself to step back from the experience. Take that awareness, that energy that is going all wherever it's going, and focus at least part of it here on the heart center. That's really all it takes. It is that simple. This is an act of being mindful. It helps us become more present. It's not something we can really do in other time periods. You know, when we're doing this, we are present. We can be focusing on the past and be heart-centered, And that is actually a very powerful way to alter our perception of past events that were perhaps triggering or traumatizing or destructive. By focusing on that past event and then bringing the energy into the heart center, it has a very powerful effect. It can be a very healing effect on past traumatic events. The same can be said for the future. If there's something we're anxious about, something we're worried about, instead of just worrying and being anxious and allowing that energy to tear up our head or tear up our gut, bring it into the heart center. Permeate it with love, and your understanding of that event will change. It might be minuscule, it might be massive, but I believe that it will change in some way or another, on some level. However conscious we are of it or not. This can be something that we just have to believe in, because not everybody is going to experience it the same or have an experience that they can feel or understand at first. It might be very different. It might be very new for a lot of us. So it's a matter of allowing this to start becoming natural. For a lot of us, it's natural to allow the energy to get stuck down in the lower chakras. And we're in fight or flight mode. We're in survival mode. We're always trying to accomplish this, get this done, make that money, pay the bills, get this done, responsibility, roles, etc. Otherwise, we're just constantly thinking about it. The mind's going from one thing to the next, from the past to the future, back and forth, back and forth. So it's just allowing ourselves to get into a new habit of bringing it into the heart center. It doesn't mean we need to stop the energy from going the other places. It doesn't mean we have to control the energy like that. This practice helps us to become more aware of it, and again, to filter it and permeate it with love. Love, as far as I can tell, is possibly the most powerful force in the universe. It is a universal force. There does not seem to be much, if any, other magic or energy that is more powerful or separate from the force of love. So by bringing ourselves and whatever we're experiencing into the heart center, we're basically doing the most powerful magic, the most powerful energy work that an individual can do. But it's not even really the individual who's doing it. It's more, definitely being heart-centered awareness is an act of surrender. Not only is it an act of meditation, but it is an act of surrender. Surrendering part of the ego. Saying, I could let all the energy get stuck down in the lower chakras. I could let all the energy get stuck in my head. I could let all the energy get stuck in my throat, not know when to stop talking or never speak. It's about surrendering part of that to the heart center. And the more you're able to surrender to the heart center, the more powerful it is likely to become. If you're only surrendering just a part of that ego or a part of that control, the effects might not be as powerful at first. It might take time to really build up noticeable effects, noticeable changes. But like any kind of pattern or habit that you get into, it does become more natural over time, and it will likely become more powerful over time. Just the simple fact of believing in it, believing in love, believing in the heart center, and if you can't feel it or not, just imagining your awareness in this area. So many of us are focused on our eyes or our ears or whatever we're using the most in the moment. But bringing it into the heart center is just such a powerful act of surrender that love just begins to take over all the other things. They don't go away, they're not destroyed necessarily, they're just filtered, permeated again with love. This is one of the most powerful ways that we can make sure we are coming from a place of love and not fear, not judgment, not a lack of understanding, not trying to define stuff or do this or that. It is really one of the most powerful ways to make sure This is love. I'm feeling it. I'm experiencing it. I am it. It is me. It is a mutually beneficial relationship. It really allows us to become one with the source of the entire universe. That very powerful energy of love. So practice this as much or as little as you wish to. All throughout the day, before you go to sleep, right when you wake up. Whenever you can remind yourself, am I being loving? Am I feeling compassionate? Do I feel safe? Do I seem to understand this as well as I could? Bring that energy into the heart center, and the perception of reality will take off. It'll take off like no other. The power of love will be infused into all that you're doing. And all that you're doing and all that's happening to you will be infused with love. So a very powerful act. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it is very beneficial for others than just myself. And thank you for watching. Blessings.